said that IT is a big part. You've got to make decisions. Automation. What does automation mean? How do you automate your IT?
Well, I just wanted to touch on something that you said, and especially in cost of goods sold. I mean, it was a big problem for me, because when I looked at the figures, I thought, well, that's just something's wrong. And funny enough, we call ourselves Rescue IT. We're rescuing people, but that was the time to rescue ourselves. And you know, when you fix something, you fix it for client, you kind of charge them for it, so they pay for your time. When you fix something inside of your company, you're paying. So, but we had to fix it because we looked at the numbers. We thought, well, that's just wrong. And what can you do and that's probably the main question that I wanted to bring to the table today, is find a few things that you can automate in your business. It's a lot of things that you don't necessarily have to have a person dedicated to check. One of the things is numbers, right? So we talk about numbers, we can set up KPIs for everyone. So KPIs can be, in our case, it's job closed, problem solved, time to respond, invoiced for the period of time. So when you set up those KPIs, what we've ended up doing is developing a little dashboard, a little big TV on the desk, which says to everyone how many billable hours they've done for a day. And we sort of set a target for them, like a KPIs that they have to achieve, and how they're performing during the day. And there's a number sitting right next to them. They can't get away from it. They look at it and they say, I'm not doing well. Nick, what should I do? Have we got enough marketing material? Do we do newspapers? And they're asking me questions now, when before I was actually trying to answer these questions myself. Now they're coming to me and say, well, we've got a problem. So we've solved this part of it ourselves for our, in automate one little thing which brought us the results. And this tool was free. I found it online. I found the KPI measurement mechanism, and if you do have questions, just ask me. I'll email it to you. So it's completely free, and you can implement it with any company that you work for. One of the things that a lot of people struggle with is scheduling. That's another thing. So we work with a lot of organizations. Scheduling is probably the biggest part for a lot of us. Scheduling the salesperson, scheduling the dentist if it's a medical practice, scheduling the legal firm to go on site. So it's a lot of things that you schedule. If you can automate it, and you can automate the person, the professional who charges a lot. It can be $500, $600 with some instances it's less. But they charge a lot. Their time is very valuable. If the customer misses the appointment, it's half an hour, like 1 hour time that the person can't bill. And that means it's a lot of cost to your business. So in some instances, what you can develop, and what we've done to some of our clients, is develop the automatic scheduling of text messaging that goes to clients. And you'd be surprised how many businesses don't even think about it. Not just sending the reminder, but also have a logic behind it, which if the customer is scheduled, it will put the next person and send the next person the text message and say, would you like to come? We've got a window open. So that means your person who is inside of the office and who you're paying a lot of money, to be there and service clients, now is fully booked for the day. So these kind of improvements that you can do. I mean, we can talk a lot about, I can talk forever about different automation techniques and things you can do for your business. One of the simple ones is, most of us do the form. Like if you go to Nifnex seminar and someone gives you the form, right? So you put something on the form, someone made a spelling mistake, and I get someone sending me an email and misspell my last name, as you rightly pointed to, Shmakov. Shmakov is a dog's food, and my last name actually spelled a bit differently. But when people say, "Oh, Nick Shmakov," right? Well, they misspelled it. But this this error came from the form, and this paper form was filled out by someone in the office, and they just didn't read it. So how about you actually develop some electronic forms and give the customer an iPad or iPhone or something they can play around with, and they can click submit button that goes straight to the reception person. You save yourself a lot of time, typing errors, and you optimize your business process. So now it's all automated. So the reception person now can engage with your client. They can talk to you as a client and give you a cup of coffee, give you something to eat, or I don't know. Probably hungry now, sorry. But this kind of automation, but talking about legal firms, for example, legal, as we talked before. They
I'm
don't.
a lawyer, if anyone wants to. That's why I was looking at that.
Just a promotion. They don't like. They hate the word selling. You know, and when you come to the legal firm, they provide a professional service. They never sell something. But in today's environment, we're all trying to make sales. So how can you do something in your company where the legal firms or the barrister charges a lot and your cost of resources is high? So how can you optimize this? So you can develop those forms that can work with with the reception person, that can automate a lot of scheduling. And the barristers, they have the court dates. So these court dates are manually entered by most of the practices in WA. So they just manually type it in. You can do something about it. So,
well, good point there. Thank you, Nick.